Welcome back after COVID, a pregnancy, and a lot of time off, but plenty of time to think about what I needed to do and a little bit of practice within the stuff. The stuff that we need for our next tul and pattern, which is Dan-Gun. We left off on that on the last one. We kind of went right on the very first part of it, and then tournament got canceled. COVID hit. COVID didn't get canceled because I'm wearing a mask. She's wearing a mask. To be in our situation, we have to wear masks, even though we're still training all the time. And during COVID, there was a pregnancy, which also slowed down the training. It wasn't me, okay? But we're back at it, and we're on Dan-Gun. So where I left off was I was making a combination between the motions. And it was, once we blocked here, so the person swung, and we moved in that same motion this way to cover, and then we would hit here, right? So controlling this is making our knife hand block, and we're hitting. And like I had said in the last video, I don't care if it's an elbow, I don't care if it's your hand, I don't care if it's back fist, this doesn't matter. The motion was, once you would grip the neck, you would move forward, and that would be your punch, this way. You break the person down, and then from there you would crank the arm, push it against your partner, and then disengage, and that would be your first tap. Okay, that's great for a single motion, you know? So like one practice, one defense. Hit, block, move, disengage. Okay, now you are going to work with a combination. I did that also on the first one, but I didn't like it as much. It's still one good one that you can practice. You can still go with it. It was still a hit, same motion here, and then when I moved through to this side, we went on to this here, and then we pushed and then we punched and moved through that way. That was pretty much it. It's fine. It's a very basic motion, and it's good for where you're at, a yellow belt on Dan-Gun or wherever. But it can be a little bit tricky to think about once you have the arm crank, dragging them over to this side and then seeing that motion within here. So I thought of a different one. It's very simple, much more simple, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so from here, she's going to be doing it. No more wrist hand thingy, okay, which is good. Probably break the other one. So from here, when I swing, it's going to be pretty much the same motion. I'm defending the hand on the same side, so if you practice the first version, it's not going to be that much of a change. The only change is that you're not going for the arm crank. Okay, so from here, I'm swinging, I hit, boom, she defends and attacks the neck. Now, the motion and the shape, remember, you're making a knife hand block or a knife hand strike at this point, but it can be an elbow upward, bang. It can be an elbow forward, bang, hammer fist down, back fist to the head. Whatever the motion is that you catch the neck or the temple or the head, whatever you can grab. Hair, it doesn't matter. Remember, this is self-defense, not sparring. Okay? So, to make it more simple, the representation of the punch forward is going to be the knee, can be to the groin, can be to the body, can be any of those motions. Okay? And then this leaves the foot forward as you bring it down. You're giving yourself more leverage to carry to the opposite side, like in Dan-Gun. Go ahead. Here, and then you have the second shape of the motion. Here, you have the secondary motion for your knife hand block, and then your finishing motion is knee to the body, and then disengage high, pushing the person away. Okay? So, if I'm on this side, switch, and I'm swinging from here, back up, we're just going to do one half. So, when I swing, palm on this way and she hits, right, here. The first thing you want to do is make sure you bring the body down. Now, a lot of people will say you bring the body down with your strike, okay? If you hit me, the odds of me just bending over for you are very slim, okay? You hit me in the groin, I might shock, but I'm going to come back up very mad. So, you're forcing the person, once you strike here, to go to your knee. Boom. That way, if you need to, you can do it repetitively, over and over and over again, before disengaging and changing sides. Okay? So let's do one real one, nice and slow. When you're practicing this, emphasize the movements forward. Okay? Because you want the leverage to carry the body across. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now, you can hit the body, but if you control the head well enough, you have the face right here to hit, which then the head will turn to disengage away, or, okay, good, she's about to push me, or she hits me in the face, and I go to grab her leg, she puts her foot down and disengages and pushes away. Now, you think, well, he has another arm. If you have it correctly, the arm should be wrapped around the body, so I can't just reach down to that opposite leg. I can reach and grab this one after I get kneed, okay? But she should be able to reinforce her balance, knee me. Here she knees, bang. She should be able to reinforce and then break and push away, okay? Worst case scenario is she has to knee, boom. She has to drive my head down to the mat instead when I try to grab, okay? Wrestlers, okay, MMA fighters, you already know, you stuff the head. Easy leverage if the person is already off balance and off their guard. Okay, if I get knee to the face, I'm probably off my guard. So from here, go. Okay, disengage. So you want to make sure you want to make it not choppy, okay? This is the first time practicing it for her. Like I said, she's been busy, has a new baby, and has had a little bit of time off. Still moves pretty well. Make sure when you're practicing this, you make at least the first half pretty fluent. So when I'm here, when you do 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, okay? Make that fluid as possible. Here, oh yeah, good. Now, this part is the extra piece of the form. So when you carry here to here, okay? When you carry that motion, you can disengage immediately or you can finish off with that knee, okay? So how is that? My motion is here. My first motion is setting up my knife hand block, okay? I've already blocked here, hit here, kneed, which then is my straight punch high representation for my knee, okay? Going back, same way, A, carry the person across, and then knee. And then the high punch can be moving away or pushing them away from you, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is try and show how you can use this variation when you are stuck against the wall or put against the wall. This is important for a bad situation where you're being robbed or being forced into the corner or something like that. Now, usually you're not going to get swung on, hook or anything like that. You're usually going to get, pushed against the wall, choked against the wall, something bad, okay? If you're getting hit against the wall, usually they have you pinned in some way, okay? But we're going to work with if they're just kind of like off you on the wall. Okay, so from here, the situation is I'm somehow against the wall. I'm not going to get into like against the cage or something like that, because if you're against a cage, she has better control of me than what it would be, right? Like when we went over the last part of Chung-Ji, which is a video, the last 4 punches, you could use that variation in cage because she's controlling me more than I am her. In this scenario, either it's some kind of bully or something like that, and I'm pressed up against a locker, I'm pushed against a wall, whether it's brick or something, glass even. I've seen scenarios where they're in front of a storefront, big glass doors, okay? That's terrible. All it takes is one push and then major damage to not only the property, but the person who gets pushed through. Kids scatter, no evidence, except for the kid that got hurt who probably will have to pay for it. I have nowhere to go, right? Okay, get ready. So she's more of like talking or something like that and then getting ready to swing at me. I should already know this because I'm against the wall, and usually I can see that their body language is like they want to do something. This is way too far away. I could probably run away at this point, okay? Usually the person is like right here, like right in my face. And if it was me, I would get them away from me to create distance. Whether you agree with first contact or not is not my issue. I don't care. Okay? But my point is that if they're going to want to swing on me, it would be when I try to get away or when I try to push them. If I try to push her, she can easily swing at me and hit me in the face. Okay? So if I try to get away, she can grab me either by my arm. If I'm a woman, I have long hair, okay, or my beanie. She grabs me by the hat and pulls me back in, okay? I don't have that much. Well, you might have enough, okay, but I don't have it really. So either way, a man bun, grab that thing, pull it off, smash it into the wall. So point being is that if they are this close to me, I cannot escape without some kind of repercussion. The only way that I can defend is seeing the motion, right? We'll get into like knees, right? Because she could easily knee me. If we're talking one-on-one, I'm looking them in the face. I can't really see a knee coming. I would never look them in the eyes at this point. I would look them at in the throat so that I can see visually the whole body motion. But we can get into that another time. So from here, I'm looking for some kind of motion. Let's say she pushes me into the wall, right? So I get pushed into the wall this way. Boom. I can't escape, and see how she's already covering me? So what the hand is that she throws is going to be my defense, right? You can leave your hand there. If that is this position, that is this position. This is basically a Dan-Gun position as I'm covering. Okay? I'm not going to go like this, bam, and then throws it, and then coming this way. No, I'm going to go straight into it. Okay? So here to here, and I'm going to block that arm with my frame. Okay? I could stop it on the neck already, but I feel more comfortable stopping a shoulder, which then moves this back, and then stopping the part that's attacking me. Whether it's here and I get clipped or not, listen, no one's going to be perfect. If you get clipped, you get clipped. So, I get pushed, boom, I see it, boom, I'm covering, and now I start making my frame. Whether I have support and help to hook this in, that's what I want. And then I create my frame here. Okay? So from there, they're going to be thinking of either hugging me or kneeing me first. But as soon as I make this separation, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to just hit me with a knee, right? Because I'm able to keep distance. So now I follow up, bang, with my own knee. Okay? And now we're going to keep that knee forward, whether it's here, which is worse, or I step into it, and then we're going to turn them into the wall. And then we have our secondary frame. Okay? From here to here, secondary frame. And we're going to finish and bail. Bang, bang, and move away. Or you can keep it a little bit more technical from here, bang, and then move away. Okay? This is just a view of how you can practice this set, right? So she pushes me, go ahead, I get it, boom, I frame, I hit, I turn into the wall, I can either strike again to the knee. I would prefer this knee because it's closer to the side that it's facing, but we're gonna stick to the pattern. So just for now, I go bang, I attack the leg, bang, I attack the head, and then I bail out. Don't underestimate your pattern if you have an open mind, okay? Technically, I'm using my knife hand block as a block. When I go this way, and I cover, this is a frame, this is a block. When I do this is a frame, this is a block. I hit her, okay? There's red marks and grind marks on her neck. I didn't like hit, but I hit. This is only to reinforce my frame, to recreate a separation. I don't want this, because then she can still knee me. Okay, bang. I want this. So when she does knee me, I have control of the situation. Okay, I want a good frame each time. So this is a block. This can be a block or a frame, or it could be an attack. Okay, so you want to work these individually first. Okay, and then progress to a wall. If I can find a way to frame, and then in a tie clinch, tie clinch. This is basically still a tie clinch, just a different variation. I'm hooking one side. Bam, bam. It can work in the cage if you are able to adapt how you want it. Figure out how you can use it for your training, but you don't have to separate your training and be like, oh, well, that's Taekwondo, that's not going to work. First off, this is my vision of a pattern. It's not Taekwondo. This is self-defense. Okay? There's no such thing as a style when it comes to either protecting yourself or saving your life. Enough rambling and nonsense. We'll be back with the next piece. So we just finished 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And now next we have the down block and then 3-punch variation. Okay? So we'll see you guys on the next one.